Hey everyone, Chris Barker here, and today I'm going to be demonstrating to you our Bike Shop EPOS system. I'm going to show you how you can use our system to help you grow your bike business. I'm going to show you things like stock control, customer loyalty, reordering. I'm going to show you how to market to your customers using our system. I'm basically going to take you through everything you need to know to help you grow your business. The first section I want to talk to you about is security. Now, I know within your business, security is vitally important. You want to know who's done what within the business. So the good thing about our system is it allows you to control which members of staff have access to which features. So there are three main ways of logging in. So if you are using, say, a tablet or a PC, you might want to log in using username and password. So the way you do that is you press your name, you type in a password, it'll log you in. You can log in using a swipe card, the likes of these. So basically you'll swipe your card down the side and it'll log you in. Or you can do what most businesses who've got a full EPOS system do, which is log in using fingerprint. So when we press our fingerprint on the bottom, you see down the bottom it says Chris. If I go to say accounting, you'll see I'm able to do everything. Whereas if I come in as a junior member of staff, so pretend this finger is a junior member of staff, when I put that finger on, you'll see that everything goes off. Now what that means is basically that I've decided who's got what access. If I want to come back on as an owner, I can press my thumb on it and it'll give me full access. So in other words, you decide who's allowed to do what within the business. Depending on what access level you give them, depends on what features they're allowed to do. Just on a side note as well, anything, if you're ever suspicious of a member of staff, you basically have full traceability, so you can see who's done what within the system. You can see who's changed prices, who's give refunds, who's opened the cash drawer manually. It records everything. So basically, from your peace of mind, as soon as you've got our system and you're using it, using users, you have full access to see who's done what within the system. The next section I want to talk about is arguably the most important for you in your business. It's the sales screen. It's the part that allows you to take your money off your customers. With that being said, we focused on designing a sales screen that will work specifically for bike stores and will basically help you speed up serving customers. So the way that works is if you click on sales mode here, you'll see it brings up this template. You'll also see that it's exactly the same on the tablet as it is on the full EPOS system. You can have exactly the same layout. You can even have a different layout on each if you've got both in store. Now, we've designed this around a working bike store, so we know this works in bike industry. If you don't like the way this looks, you can see a load of templates that are on the screen now. You can basically pick however you want it to look. So the way we've designed this is that big bulky items and fast selling lines are all on this side of your screen. So if I wanted to put a bike through, I'll click on mountain bikes, and whenever I press a particular product like so, it puts that bike into your cart, and then it does quantity, name of the product, selling price, and then total runs across the top. If it's got a barcode, you can scan the barcode, obviously, and that will then scan it into the system and it'll put it straight through for you. And then, as I say, the total's running across the top. So if you want to actually take some money off your customers, you can do that straight away right now. So if we wanted to, I'm just going to increase the quantity. So say that we're buying 2 of that particular bike. Total's running across the top. As soon as I put, if they wanted to pay cash, I can pay cash. If you want to pay card, I can pay card from here. But say they wanted to give me £2,160. Again, you're probably not going to get someone paying £2,160 cash. But if you do, you can put it through like that. So when I press cash now, cash drawer will open, and then in this particular case, the receipt will print. The receipt will have your logo on, store address, store name, store address, phone number, email address, website, etc. It'll have order number, till number, who you were served by, date and time, all the products you just sold, subtotal, VAT, total cost, tender, change, any slogans you want, and then a barcode. Great thing there as well is you've got your QR code, so that can link straight to, say, your Facebook page or your website. But the good thing is that we've got a barcode here, so it means if anyone ever came back for a refund at any time, you can scan the barcode like so, and it'll bring up everything within that transaction. So if I wanted to refund one of those bikes, that's why I put 2 in, by the way. So if I want to refund one of those, it'll go back into the cart at minus £700. If I want to do an exchange, I can do an exchange over the top. And then if I want, I can refund however I want. So cash, card, check, mail order, or in my case, in my stores, I like to do credit note. The credit note can then be used at any time. So it's got your address. This one's valid for the next 6 months, but you decide how long they're valid for. The great thing about these in my store is only about 40% of people ever spend them. So it's a way of giving the cash back to the customer without having to necessarily have it all spent in store. So that's really good. Just so you know, you've got a return section, so if you return to a manufacturer if something was broke, you can do that as well. Question I've got for you there is, how long would it take you to do a refund in your store? Most people say 5 to 10 minutes. We've just done one in 10 seconds. So that probably will speed up your serving of a customer and giving refunds, etc. Now, if you were doing things like, so if I wanted to do a service package, I can press bronze package like so, and it will fill in everything that's within the bronze service. So in this one, we've got check chain for wear, full safety and road test, lubricate, all accessible cables, lubricate chain, etc., 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 etc. Basically, you can have load of products against one button like we've just done there. Now, if you do servicing like that, the problem that most people find within the bike shop is that you have to have a separate diary and you're having to go from one place to another. Great thing about our system is we can select the customer like so. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly put me in. So select the customer and we'll just search for me. So we're just going to select me as a customer, and the reason I'll do that will become apparent in a second. If I then press diary and bookings like so, you see I've already got some servicing booked in today. But say I wanted to add my service to today's jobs, you basically will do exactly what I've just done there. I'm going to do create, and then we're going to pick a colour. So I'm going to do must attend in this one. Once I press accept, that's then created me my service for today. Now I can move that around as well. So I could move it from one member of staff to another. I can move it so that they overlap or so that they've got their own specific time slot depending on how you work. Another great thing you can do is you can send a text. So I'm going to quickly pick Premier EPOS on the list. You wouldn't need to do that, it's just because we're using a demo database. So what I've just done there is I've just sent a text from the system to myself. So if I load that up now, let's just open it up, 1 sec. So when I open it up now, it'll say, hello Chris Bart, this is a reminder you've got an appointment today. If you've got any problems, please contact. So that basically will allow you to pre-book in appointments. It'll also allow you to send text when the order's complete, or when you've completed the service in this case. You can even do things like rebook. So we might want to rebook a service in 12 weeks time or in 12 months time or whatever you want really. So you could rebook the same service for a year down the line. You can also set up that as a marketing campaign as well to try and promote to people to come back in and get their bike serviced, etc. So that's a really quick way of managing all your bookings. Now you could also do that for like test fittings as well, or repairs. It's just we've set it up for a service in this particular example. I'll show you a few other things now. So obviously we've already showed you if you scan a product and it's in the system like so, quickly do that again. So if I scan a barcode like so, it will come up as as being in your system. If you pick a product that's not in your system, this one is intentionally not in, just so we can show you. So if I scan the barcode on so, like so, sorry, it will come up with like a warning screen telling you that it's a new product added. So if you want, you can just type in the name, selling price, unit cost if you know it. But the great thing about us as a company is we've built our database of products over the last 14, 15 years that we've been trading. So when I press this button here, it will search both our databases as well as the internet, and it will come up with what the product is. So if you see there, it's come up with the name of the product, possible supplier cost, possible selling price. Once I press insert like so and press accept, that is now in my cart, in my system, sorry, forever. So I've managed to put that chain straight into my EPOS system. Now, how long does it take you to put a product in your current system? Most people tell us it takes a long time. It takes 10 to 15 minutes to put a product in. Again, we've just put it in 10 seconds. So everything we do is about speeding it up for you and making it so that you can serve customers as quick as possible. Right, I'll show you a few other things now. So if I click on mountain bikes again and click the top one, Club Butler, when I click the question mark, which is next, sorry, I'll do it again. When I click the question mark, which is next to the product, it comes up with a picture and text. Now that picture and text can be mirroring straight up to your website. It can also be linked, so this whole section here can be linked direct to, say, eBay, Amazon, or your website, whereby if you sell a product online, it can come off your quantities in stock, but also vice versa, so that you can, basically, so you're not trying to sell the same product twice in 2 different places. Now, if you see here, it'll also show you, if you've got multiple sites, it'll show you what quantity of that product you've got in each site, so it shows how many we've got in each store. You can see basic stock info like quantity in stock, reorder level, min, max, type of item, subtype, etc, etc, etc. Now, another great feature we've got here is, how long does it take you to produce a label? Most people would say it takes, again, a couple of minutes per go. If I want to produce a label for this particular bike, print label, press accept, and what that'll do then is it'll print me a dead simple label there and then at point of sale. That's a real basic one, but I can show you better ones later on, which I will do later on in the demonstration. You can do, as I say, you can also do like sticky labels if you wanted to stick a label on the product. So if we wanted to do that, we will do that one and that one. This one will take a little bit longer because the printer's a little bit slower than the receipt printer. But what that's just done is that's just created me a label that could be stuck directly onto the bike so that you can have a barcode on it if a product hasn't got a barcode, but also so that you've got your own specific pricing. You can do big A4 price lists, price labels and things all through our system. Okay, right, a few other quick features I'll show you there. You can find wholesalers who sell that product, you can check prices that other people sell it for, and you can even check for images online, etc. All at point of sale. If I wanted to change the picture, I can double click on it like so, and I could actually just, there you go. So I could actually save it as a different picture if I wanted, and I can basically change the picture as quick as that, and then the picture would update online as well if you've got it online set up. So that's the start of some of the sales features. I imagine within your bike store you do things like Christmas clubs or doing special orders for products. Well, we've got a whole section that will manage your customer orders, so that will be that deliveries as well can be managed, or people wanting to pay off. Well, if that's the case, you can put the products in the cart like we've got there. If you want, you can select the customer because it'll save us filling it in. When I press customer orders like so, I can press new order, and what that'll do is it'll fill in the customer's details, or you can fill them in manually, and then it'll put every product that they want to have ordered. Once I press accept like so, it puts that into my customer orders. If I want, I can then do things like take a deposit on the order. I can do part pay. I can have it so that if any of those products I haven't got in stock, whenever I create an order using our stock system, it will know that that product isn't in stock and it'll reorder it. It'll also do special orders on the same order for you directly. So again, that's been specifically designed around businesses to try and speed up the ordering process, meaning you don't have to have a separate book, and then some stores have a separate book for orders, a separate book for people who are paying off, a separate book again for people who've part paid, etc. So it'll take all that out of the equation for you. Now, what you might do is you might say, if someone was going to come in and buy a couple of bikes off you, you might want to give them a discount. If that was the case, you could discount the individual bike. So I can click the question mark and do a one-off price or a one-off percentage. Or I could do, say, I might want to knock 10% off the whole cart. If I do 10%, it will do 10% off the whole cart, as it's just done there. And it will record who's given the discount and technically who they've given it to as well. If you might not want to do 10%, you might want to say, if you buy both bikes, I'll knock it down to £1,300. Once I do that, again, it'll record who's given the discount and when they've given the discount. As you see, it's easily done there. You see there are loads of different ways to do discounts as well. Quick couple of other features. You could, maybe that product was damaged, or you had to mark it down as waste, or you were having to comp a certain product. You wouldn't do it with bikes, but if you mark it down as shop use or waste, it'll take it off your stock, off your profits, and report it out for you at the end of week, month, year, depending on how you work. So again, that's it. Basically, that's there to speed up things for you and make it so that everything you do within your business is recorded, and we're able to make sure that we get any deductions off likes of HMRC that we're owed within your business. Last couple of things within the sales screen. I don't know whether you get it. I get it in my store all the time. Basically, you'll start serving someone and they'll decide they want to have a conversation with you or a chat, asking you some advice, etc. And then you still need to serve someone else. That happens, you can start serving them as so, switch to cart 2, which has already got something in, so let's go quickly to cart 3. serve someone else for £10 cash, and then go back to cart one, and everything that was in the cart originally, like so, is still there. So again, it means you can serve multiple customers. You're not restricted to the 4 carts we've got down the bottom. That's just the example we've shown in this particular case. There are loads of other features in the sales screen. I'm not going to bore you with them all. It's suffice to say, if you need it to be able to do it, I'm pretty positive it already does within the sales screen. We do thousands of businesses across the world, and it's very rare now that we need a feature adding. The good thing from your point of view is that we write the software ourselves, so we can always add features if need be. We have a suggestion list specifically for people who've got suggestions. That is pretty much your sales screen. The next section I want to talk you through is stock. Now, I don't know how you do stock in your store. I don't know whether you use automatic reordering. I don't know whether, what information you hold on your products. But we have a whole section designed to stock. We have a lot of businesses who use our system as a main feature for stock control. So you've got, within the stock manager is where you hold all the information on your products. You can hold multiple barcodes, item name, multiple prices, multiple selling supplier costs, customer specific pricing can be held in there. You can have pictures, you can have text that link to your website or to eBay and Amazon, all from the stock control. Essentially, whatever information you want to hold on your stock, even things like warehouse locations and things like that, can all be held in the stock manager. You have a supplier manager, so you can manage where you buy products from. You've got scheduled price increases, and then you've got things like data importer. So we have our own databases, as I said previously. We've got about 6.5 million products on it. So you can download direct off our databases, but you can also import your own products, and it takes minutes to import an entire spreadsheet. So you'd normally use something like Excel or a CSV file. You can put it onto the system, and the products will then be able to be sold by yourselves. What I want to talk to you about though is replenishing stock, so about reordering. I want to show you how you can reorder through our system and how it can save you loads of time. Now, how do you order within your business? Most of you will walk around with a pen and pad and make a note of what you need. For those of you who do that, I can save you lots and lots of time. To give you an idea, in my store, we used to do it that way, and we probably weren't the most efficient. We wouldn't necessarily always get the right products in. We miss products off. We essentially weren't very good at it. So when we moved away from that onto ordering through the system, we saved 18 man hours every single week. Now, do you think that will be useful for you? Do you think that will save you quite a lot of money every year? Well, for me, not only did it save me money there, but it actually made me a lot more money because we got much more efficient with our ordering. It meant we had products in when people needed them. So the way I'll show you how we do it. So if you press create new order, you can create an order in a number of ways. Like you can create a blank order, previous sales based on a previous order. But the way that most of you are going to do it is based on min-max, which is essentially the way the supermarkets do it or online retailers do it, which says when I get down to 5 of this product, reorder me back up to 10. So if you think about the lock that we had when we were doing the sales screen before, when you might on that say when we get down to 3 bike locks, reorder me a pack of 12. That's all it does. It's very simple. It's what you do in your head anyway, but you can allow the system to do it. So if you create an order based on min-max, you pick your supplier and press accept. And what that does is it looks at what I've currently got in stock in my store and reorders to get me back to the level I want. So in this case, it's created me an order for £2,695. If I press edit items, like so, it shows me every single product I need to order based on what I've got in stock. It'll also show me on each product what I've sold in the last 7 days, what I've sold in the last 14 days, last 30 days, most sold in the week, least sold in the week. You get the idea. There are loads of little stats which allows you to see and make informed decisions as to whether you want to order that many product or whether you're not ordering enough. As well as that, you've got the ability to have seasonal mins and maxes. So you might hold more stock, say at Christmas time, than you do in the winter, than you do in the summer, should I say? Because we know that we're more likely to sell things at Christmas time. You can actually have the same product with a different level at different times of the year. That's where it becomes useful. So that's great. You've got another feature here which is change highlighting. So you can show products that are cheaper from another supplier. So for instance, in my stores, I can buy the same product from multiple places. So I might pay more for a product on the odd occasion because I know I'm going to be able to get it in sooner. than, rather than waiting for an order where I can buy it cheaper, but it's going to take 3 weeks. So it allows you to make informed decisions. The system also becomes intelligent, so it can tell you where it thinks you hold too much stock, or where it thinks you don't hold enough based on your previous data. And then once you're happy with your order, just so you know, if you don't want a product, you can literally select the product from within the database like so, and you can press delete, and that'll take it out of the order. Now, if I want as well, I can search my stock file and I could add more products on to a database as well. Once you're happy with your order though, you can then print the order out, you can email the order, you can phone it, you can fax it. However you place your orders, it'll allow you to do it from the system. But for me, the best way is sending an email, because you can send an email direct from your till and it'll actually go to your supplier there and then, and it means it's all done in one go. So that's reordering. The next section I want to talk about is statistics. Now, statistics give you the tools to be able to grow your business. It allows you to look at data and work out what's going on. So the way you would do that is go into our accounting section, and as you can see, there are loads of different categories here within accounting. You can look at custom reports and cash up manager and change stats. The one I'm going to focus on is selected store statistics. So what basically happens here is, if you want to look at how your business is performing, you simply pick 2 dates you want to look at, so between the 1st and the 14th, and press show details. And what that will then do is, it will show you every single product you've sold between those dates. So it will show you quantity sold, item name, supply cost, selling price, profit on every item. You've got gross income, net income, total stock cost, profit after that, VAT-able income, VAT-free income, VAT estimate, transactions, cash card, check, mail orders, vouchers, and on credit. That's on every single product that's come in. You can then look at average income, average stock cost, average net profit, average number of transactions, your percentages, so your POR, your markup, and all the different percentages. And then how you're doing versus last week, last month, last year. You want them to all be green, because that means we're making more money. There are loads of filters you can do, like cash purchases, car purchases, keyword, till, member of staff. You could do type of item, subtype. Essentially, you can filter by whatever you want. And then from that, you can produce hundreds of charts and reports. I'm not going to bore you with hundreds of charts and reports. I will just show you a few though that actually could be really useful for your business. So you've got account summary daily, which shows you how much money's come in each day of the week. So you've got day of the week, income, expenditure, tax, profit every day of the week. You do that daily, weekly, monthly, and then that'll export to the likes of Sage and QuickBooks, all from our system. You then got best income lines, worst income lines, best selling lines, worst selling lines, best profit lines, worst profit lines. Categories, so you could say how are bikes performing against services, and how are they performing against accessories, and it'll show you all your different categories and how they perform. It'll even, if you go within bikes, it'll show you how are premium bikes versus mountain bikes versus racers. Whatever you do, it'll break it down for you. You've got miscellaneous sales report that shows you anything that could be a theft by a member of staff. Now, I've caught 3 members of staff who stole over £3,000 from me, and they know what I do for a living in my retail stores. So what I would suggest is you watch some of our videos on our YouTube channel that show you how we caught people stealing from us and how to stop it in the future for yourself. So there are loads of videos on our YouTube channel, so make sure you check them out. Petty cash shows money in and out of the till. Repeat purchase offers shows how your offers are performing. I'm going to flick through a load of these so as to not bore you. You've got cash up summary, banking summary. You've got staff performance charts, so you can see how much money each member of staff makes and what products they're selling, what categories they're selling from as well. You've got customer statements, so if you do any account customers at all, you've got full invoicing software, you've got credit limits, credit days, customer statements, again, only if you use it. I'm not going to bore you with the rest of them. I'll quickly show you. You've got income generated per hour a day, income generated per month, per day of the week, income generated over multiple months, income generated per member of staff per hour of the day. You get the idea. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reports, charts and reports you can do. If you've got multi-sites, it will show you how each store performs against each other. You've got, you can do that in line, or you can do that in a bar chart, and you've also got pie chart. Again, I'm not going to bore you with all the rest of the stuff. There's loads of things you can do in here that I'm not gonna show you. One thing I will quickly show you though is there are hundreds of different labels you can produce to go on your products. They're just some examples from different stores that you could use. Essentially, what you need to know from your point of view is anything you want to find out about your business, how things are selling can be done within the statistics section. There are other sections as well, like the customer database side, which will show you like linked sales and how products sell with each other and things like that. But essentially, if you need to find out a piece of information, the statistics section will have it for you. And now I want to show you quickly one of our new features that's just been added to the system, which is our Premier EPOS web portal, or our hub. Now if you click on that button there and we sign into your account, so if I just quickly do that. So what this has done now is it's logged into a live version of our database. I'll quickly select it to all stores and we'll do this month just so we get a better set of data for you. Now this is what we class as our hub. So it's a section of the business that you can access from anywhere. You can do it on your phone, you can do it on your tablet, you can do it on your PC, and basically you can log in, and it's essentially logging in to just your own cloud hub, which is constantly updating and backing up your data from your stores. And it'll show you things like how many new customers have you signed up, how many transactions have you done, how many products sold, total income, best customers, non-loyalty card customers versus loyalty customers, total refunds. This is live every second of every day, so it'll show you like the busiest hours of your day. You can see average transaction values. So that's like by one store. You can also do your multi-store dashboard, so it'll show you like things like transactions and products sold, total income per group, new customers added. There are loads of different reports you can see there. It also has the ability for you to buy keys. You can do all your tutorials here. You can move keys, you can download the software. Essentially, it allows you to run your entire business or overview your entire business from your own hub. You've also got the ability for your customers to have their own hub where they can see how many points they've got on transactions and things. This basically allows you to overview your business and see all the stats live without having to log into your store or without having to physically be in store. You can do that in the other sections on chain stats and stuff, but this is a nice simple portal that allows you to basically be keeping an eye on the store when you're not actually there. The next section I want to talk to you about is customer loyalty, or CRM. To me, it's the most important section within your business. I know that a lot of people don't do loyalty schemes, but if you've ever seen any of my other work, I do customer loyalty and I do consultancy for people, and the biggest and easiest way to grow your business by a long way is by using customer loyalty. We teach a load of different things, like the only 3 ways to grow your business. The only 3 ways to grow your business are to increase the amount of customers, which is the one everyone thinks is the only way to grow your business, to increase their average spend, and to increase how often they visit your business. And for me, the easiest way to do that is to have a customer list and to use that list to see how they interact with you and then use it to actually grow your business. So the way that normally works is that you sign people up for your loyalty scheme in some way. So normally what you do is you create a new customer in here, you take their name, you want to take their full name, their postal address so you can write them a letter, email address so you can both email them and then upload the customers to Facebook. Again, there's a video on that on our YouTube channel on how you take your customers and you upload them to Facebook and target them with specific ads. You do that in 10 seconds using our system. And then also you want to take their mobile number so you can send them texts, and again so you can upload them to Facebook and Google and YouTube, etc. So that's how easy it is to sign up a customer. What you normally would do then is give them something like a loyalty card, the likes of those, or all the different ones we've got in there. And then you've got some branding in their purse or their wallet. It's something that they see constantly, and it basically reminds them who you are and to keep shopping with you. Now, normally what you do, again, if you want to see videos on how to set up a loyalty scheme, etc., go onto our YouTube channel. There's loads of videos on there. But basically what you normally want to do is you want to give rewards, you want to give discounts, you want to give multi-buys, you want to give them their first service of their bike free, whatever it is to get people to sign up to your scheme. Now, that's what you give them. What you get in return, essentially, is a list of customers, and that's where the value is within your business. It's not in how much sales you get or what products you've got or how good your store looks. It's how many customers have you got and have you got that information. That's what gives you the value within your business. So if we go into our customer database, which I've just done now, we can then start looking at our customers and how they interact with our business. So if we pick a customer, you can then do things like individual customer stats, And this will show you what days of the week they come in. So it'll show us that this customer's been in twice on a Saturday, once on a Friday. They've done a grand total of £550 within the store, with different average spend. So they've got an average spend whenever they come in of £183.33. It'll show you how many refunds they've had, what the yearly spend is, etc, etc, and what times of the day and stuff they come in. Now, that can be useful. You can also compare this customer to every customer. So if we go to every customer, our average customer in total has an average spend of 103, which means our customer we're looking at is worth £80 more per transaction than our average customer, which again is useful. Your average spend probably isn't that high. That's because it's a demo database. It's slightly skewed in regards to results, but still, you can work on your average spend and try and increase that, which then is going to have a knock-on effect on your profitability and turnover, etc. You can also see on the individual customer what products they bought, so it breaks down what products they've actually bought within the store. It'll also show you what other products they buy with it typically. Now, it'll show you that whenever we sell any, so actually let's quickly go back to here. You can do that for one, or you could do that for all customers. So if we did, let's have a look at, I don't know, I want to pick a non-service item if I can. So let's do lubricated chain, but lubricated chain will be within the service items. But when we press show details, it will show us what products have been bought with it. So it'll show, obviously in this one, all the different products that are part of the same service. It'll also show us that every time we sell that product, what our average spend is. Now, you want to look at your average spend, and the higher you can make that, or you can look at an individual product and see if you can increase the spend with it. You can look, can you take that product and try and sell more of them? So this store, obviously, because it's a demo database and we do a lot of services on our demo database, it's showing that when that product is sold as part of a service item, showing you all the different products they could buy with it when they're most busy. You know, so in this store, it's the summer by far and away they're getting service, which again is probably true because most people typically service their bike prior to getting it back out again, or once it's just been got back out again in the summer. So it breaks down what seasons, what days of the week are busy, what months are busy as well. That might sound useful. It might not sound that useful for you. You can also do things like look at what's our total spend, what's our best ever week. Let's quickly do a week. And it'll show that week 25, 2017, £36,000 came in, what quantities, what transactions. So you can instantly see some stats about the business. Right, that's data. Data's great. I really like data because it gives us information, but I much prefer how do we actually turn that data into money. So the way we do that is to go into marketing campaign. So what we could do here is we could say let's create a customer list of anyone who's spent over £150 in store. We go into here and we go customer statistic, total spend in the last couple of years, or last 3 years, is greater than £150, like so. So what that does there is, it will say any customer who spent over £150. If we press refresh, it will show we've got 1,997 customers who spent over £150 in store. Would that be useful for you to know within your business? I think it would. But then we can start to actually play around with it a bit more. We might also want to say, and has not visited our store within the last 6 months. Equals 0. So what I've done there is any customer who spent over £150 and has not been in the last 6 months. Press recalculate. It shows that 1,211 customers have been lost within your business. How many customers have you lost within your business in the last 12 months? I can tell you for a fact that in mine, when we ran it last, we did a video again, it's on our YouTube channel, we lost 1,286 customers. I set up a really simple campaign of how we target them, and we did it exactly using this method. We sent them a text message, we gave them a gift. The gift was £10 off to be spent in store. We reactivated £12,000 that weekend, and then over the course of the next year, we worked on those customers and we turned into £80,000 within your business. Would £80,000 be useful to you in your business right now? It really was for my retail store. So it's a really simple way of doing it. The way that we do that, actually, I'll quickly show you how we send it. We target them. So we could send a text to these customers right now. We can create a template, send a text like so, and then I'll just give it a random name. You can then fill in, set up a text in here. You can put in like voucher codes, etc. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly press that campaign and run, This is one we set up like within 5 minutes earlier. And what we do now is we press go, and that sends a text from our store. So if you see here, it is said, "Hi Chris, your annual bike service is now due. Please accept £10 off if you book in the next 7 days. Here's your code." Now, you could do that for every customer who hasn't had a bike service. You could do, if you go in here, if we go quickly back to marketing campaign, you can create lists for anything. So if I quickly, let's edit a list, sorry, rather than having to type in it for now. We could do any customer who's bought a product. So you could say anyone who's bought a bike, but you could say anyone who's bought a bike and not bought services off you. Or you could do anyone who's bought a helmet but never bought clothing off you. You can basically use your database and what people are doing with you to grow your business. I do it all the time within my business. I've got thousands of these lists set up, because you could say anyone who's bought a bike has got an average spend of over £200, who has never had a service and hasn't been in the last 6 months. You could create that list and send them a message. The more specific you are, the better your results will be when it comes to actually sending out promotions. As I say, you could do letters, you can do texts, you can do letters, texts and emails, but you could also create a list. So you could create a list of your lost customers, upload that list to Facebook and offer them the same discount via a voucher on your Facebook page or on your YouTube channel if you've got videos and stuff. For me, it's the easiest way to grow your business. Look at who's buying off you, when and how are they buying off you, and start targeting them. Like I could ask you now, who are your best customers? Who are your worst customers? Who has the highest average spend? How many customers have you lost this year? How many bike customers have you got? How many service customers have you got? If you don't know these things, you are missing out on tons of money within your business. If you want to try the software and actually have a go at the marketing manager, you can do it now by going onto our website and basically downloading it and having a go. So please do that. Next, I want to talk to you about labels. So I've already gone through labels within the statistics section. I just want to show you how you can produce loads of different labels using our label editor. So if you go into custom shelf edge label designer, you can do loads of different styles in here. So if I pick a printer that I want to do, and I want to do a way out label, if I want to design a label style, so just like before, so I can quickly show you again, just like all those different shelf edge labels there, you can produce any label you want using our system. So the way that you would do that is you just go into there and you can drag, drop, you can add an image. So we could do a big image in there, I don't know, an abstract picture, move it around, put it wherever you want. You can literally create any label you can think of just off the system dead quickly. As well as that, you can do a few other cool little things. So if I quickly pick that printer, I could do produce labels from stock, and then we'll do recent changes, add selected to print list, like so, and then produce labels, and then print preview, and make sure you pick the right printer, which is that one, and I want to do a little receipt label just so I can show you loads of labels printed at once. If I press print preview and print, what I'll do there is it'll print me labels as you see. So that's just done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 labels there and then as quickly as I want. Some with barcodes, some with temporary barcodes on them. That was how quick you can produce labels for your store. If you want, you could do way out labels. So you could do labels from, when I say way out labels, I mean what we class as a way out label is like a big label. You can do decent sized labels, produce them to put on your products. You can do labels from stock, you can load label lists. Essentially, you can basically produce labels for every product you've got in store really quickly and easily. We are that confident in this part of the section that we have multiple customers who've bought our software literally just to be able to produce labels. It's there, it comes as a feature, use it if you want to. And I want to quickly talk to you about your second screen. So as you can see on this till, so obviously not on the tablet, but on the actual till, we've got a second screen. Now, the reason that we have second screens on our tills is, as you can see, it's an advertising screen. So it's constantly rotating adverts. So as you'll see now, every 10 to 15 seconds, a new advert comes up for different products. Now, this is great for us because, so for instance, in my stores, I don't actually have to pay for my tills at all. I have reps and I have other companies, so local companies, who pay me to advertise on my second screen. So that's great, it's a source of income. As you can see, the adverts run. Another great thing from your point of view is, it's proved that people stay in a queue for 5 times as long if they've got something to watch while they're doing it. So that's another great advantage of using the second screen. Now, as well as being a second screen, it also doubles up as your rear display or your pole display for your customer. So when I put a product in the cart like so, it will put those products into the cart. Customer can see what they're actually buying. They can make sure it's going through. And then it'll also obviously then run back to adverts after about 20 seconds in this particular case. If I select the customer and they're one of your loyalty card customers, it will suggest products that they normally buy, so that it just reminds people what, in case they've missed it. So it'll do that for you, and then obviously when they give you £500 cash, once I press cash are all open, then it'll do your change, and then it'll run back to adverts. The second screen, it can be attached like this, it can be separate. If you've got your own hardware, you can have it on different screens around your store. However you want, the system's designed basically to run your second screen. It's dead easy to set up, and it'll increase your revenue in store. And I want to quickly talk to you about tablet. So as you can see, we've got a tablet version of our EPOS sitting right here. So obviously we've got your full till system like so, but we've got a tablet version as well. Now, everything I can do on there, I can do on here. It's a full version. So whenever I press a button, it's exactly the same as the buttons that I'm pressing on the till system. Now, the great thing about this is it allows you to do things like walk around your store. You can have this as your only till system if you want. You can also have this as like a back office where you can do stock control, you can bring stuff in, you can place orders, you can do your marketing and your customers. Essentially, this is a full version. It's exactly the same version that's sitting on the till system. So people have these as extra tills. They have them more often than not now. A lot of people have them as their main till. Great thing is this can link up to like your receipt printer and cash drawer, so this can be connected wirelessly as well as a wireless barcode scanner if you want. And your cash drawer, they're all connected, so it means that you can actually walk around. It means you can serve customers on the shop floor, but it also means essentially that you don't have to have a full EPOS system to be able to run the software anymore. I really like the tablet setup, and more people than ever are going for that version of the software. The great thing is, as I say, most people already have tablets, so you can just download the software and give it a try. Next, I want to talk to you about our app. So we have an app that allows you to do just about everything you can do on your till on your mobile phone. So on this app you can do stock control, so you could do placing orders, you can receive orders into stock, you can look at how things are performing within your stock field. You've got statistics, you've got sales, you can even serve customers on it, so you can have people walking around with like a handheld device with a barcode scanner on it, actually serving customers, so they're scanning, getting the orders together, giving a really good service, and then passing it out to the tills to actually receive money. You can pick web orders off it, you can even do stats and things and see how the business is performing. I use this all the time to check in on my stores and find out how much money I've done and see what's selling, etc., without having to go into store. It also means I can be doing it at home, both overnight and also during the day if I'm on the road, etc. So this is a really good addition to our software. This is the 3rd generation of it now, so we've been doing apps for about 10 years, but this is a reasonably new version within the last 6 months or so. So you can probably see how often we're updating things. So that's the end of the demonstration. I hope you got everything you wanted from my demonstration today. I hope I was able to answer any questions you might have. If you liked the idea of what we do, if you like the way that the software looks, click on the link below and take a trial of the software and see how it will work for your business. Alternatively, you can go to bike.premiereposlive.com. Thank you.